Alright y'all, what's up? Today is one of the best days of the year because I get to go back to Throwdown the Mountain in Brooksville, Florida. I actually stayed at a friend's house overnight in Keystone Heights, Florida, which is only like 2 hours away. So I saved three and a half hours off that drive for today. I'm really excited, can't wait to get down there, and I will definitely try to do a little bit more vlogging at the course than I have been on some of this stuff. So I guess I'll just check in later. Alright y'all, just made it. In the parking lot right now. Hole one's back over there. It's got his practice basket out here. But I'm about to go check in and meet up with some people and get a round in. I'm super pumped and ready to do this. Alright y'all, we're out here at the canyon. I got Leaf, got Andy. We're out here on hole 7 right now, waiting to back up. Practice round's gonna take forever here, isn't it?
Yeah, every hole. Back up.
About 4 hours, 4.5.
Just for a practice round, guys. We're just hanging out here, as Leaf says. Hey, though, don't gamble against this man unless you're confident. That's all I gotta say.
I'm losing $1. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, you gotta have fun out here somehow. So, I'm gonna flip this camera back.
There you go. There's
It's
fucking $1 right there.
Sweet, I love it.
It's a dirty dollar, but we didn't even bother. I'll give you the benefit
Sweet money.
I didn't throw it on the ground.
Coming for it.
It's okay.
And I owe you money.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the next one? 12's a good one. The bender around. So the
The
one
550 downhill par 3?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. That's a
All right. Well, here's a little sneak peek of what Throwdown the Mountain looks like. We're on hole 7's pad, as I said earlier. Hole 9's pad is up there. 9's pin is down there. 18 somewhere over there. There's a pond. But yeah, we're having fun. Sawgrass sucks though. So, but check in later.
You good?
Yep.
Don't film that one. Yeah, right.
Don't film it? Zoom in on it, stabling up.
Shot.
Yeah.
Maybe get another one.
Yeah. We'll throw a forehand now. Try it.
Go.
Crushed it.
I was just trying to stand on top here.
Okay.
What's the next hole?
That's a little short.
First forehand. Oh gosh. Not wrong. Hopefully there's a walk there.
Ooh, that's sawed off. A little bit.
What am I gonna have on film, Andy?
A failure of a drive. It's gonna stable up into the water.
Okay, bet.
Here we go. Word, not even get up in the air. Please don't put that on your vlog.
Oh, now it's going in.
Oh, you know.
Blake, you going for it?
Going for it or
Yeah.
throwing a disc? What's the difference?
Ooh.
How about a
High water.
No, it's on the hill.
redemption shot?
Okay.
That ain't it.
No, it's not it. I'm gonna try to film my own shot.
Inbounds. I don't think I have it. Inbounds on the right?
I'm gonna try to film my own shot here.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I'm just gonna lay up. I'm laying up with a A2.
Alright.
Yeah, it sucked. Hey, that's not terrible though. Action shot. That looked really cool, actually. Action shot. Oh, there it is. All right, that was fun. All right, y'all, it's tournament day. We're out here at the Prodigy Disc golf course. It's another course in Brooksville, and we're about to get some warm up in because there's really nowhere to warm up at the course except for practice putting. Got a 1 o'clock tee time. What time is it right now? It's 10:09 right now, so got a couple hours to get ready. So let's go do it.
Good.
All right, y'all. We just got to the mountain. Andy, you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be, I guess.
Yep. When's your tee time?
In 10 minutes. Or 20? Look at my watch here. 20
Look,
minutes.
wait, let's see that watch. Oh, that's
Yeah,
stylish.
that's right. It's
I may
20
have
minutes.
to have you guys move.
Okay. I got my tea time in 15 minutes.
What's up, y'all? It's day 2 now. We just got back to the quarry, about to get some warm up in for round 2. Round 1 was absolutely pathetic. Just completely unacceptable. Made a lot of mistakes I shouldn't have made. Putting was pretty solid though, so that's good. But Andy's looking over at me. He's smiling about it. He's smiling. He's making fun of me over there. But yeah, it's, hoping for today to be a much better day, and let's get it. I'm playing with Andy, actually. Andy, who are you playing with?
You,
Yeah.
Justin, and myself.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm playing with several people.
We just don't know him yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be lit. Alright, y'all. Back out here at the mountain. Walked over in the parking lot area to come film this, but I tee off in about 35 minutes, so time to go get my putting warmed up and just put together a really solid round today. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm gonna try to do the best I can and just see what that can get me to. So I'll check in later. Alright, y'all, what's up? It has been, I think, 3 weeks since this tournament, and I'll be honest, I just haven't wanted to sit down and talk about it, and I just not only haven't wanted to, I haven't had the time. I've been very busy the last couple of weeks. I've been taking it easy a little bit, and it's been really good for me, and yeah, but Throwdown the Mountain was a fun tournament, as always. Before I say anything else, let me get that out of the way. I enjoyed my time. Love the course so much. Got to see a bunch of great friends. Got to meet a bunch of new good people. And yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. Got to see some old friends. I just said that. I'm really good at this, as you can tell. But I didn't play good. It just boils all down to that. I finished in a tie for 26th in advanced in a field of 98 players, which is crap to me right now. But it is what it is. I know what I did wrong. I know several things I did wrong, actually, and I know how to fix it. So part of the reason I wanted to take a little bit of a mental break and not talk about this until now on the vlog is so I can reflect on it and figure out what I was doing, and figure out how to make it better. So I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to talk about the whole course at once. I'll throw up my pictures, and then I will talk about each hole for both rounds as it goes. The 2 rounds were +6 and +5, 946 and 945 rated. Not good at all. So, yeah. Hole 1, it starts out with, it's 283 foot par 3, but it plays probably 330 to 350, somewhere in that range. I was throwing a H3V2 on that tee shot. Hole 2 is a par 4, 586 feet. You start by throwing out of a gap down a tunnel, downhill too, and then you're going to get to this low-lying area, and then you throw up, turnover, or hyzer. There's several different options on the second shot, but it's 586 foot par 4. It's very technical. It's a fun hole. Hole 3 is a 486 foot par 3 where you're throwing off of a cliff down to the bottom of a hill. There's options on this hole where you can either go try to get up the hill on the way back up towards the basket, but then your footing's going to be really bad on the second shot, or you can lay up to the bottom of the hill and try to blast a shot up the hill. Hole 4 is a very hard par 3, 407 feet with a low ceiling. It's pretty hard to birdie. That's about it. Hole 5 is 225 foot par 3. It's uphill and kind of like off hyzer to the left. So it's a very easy hole, but it can trick you up. Hole 6, 289 or 269 feet, probably playing more like 209 feet. maybe, but it's just off a cliff shot, down a putter shot, and just throw it up to the basket and make a putt. Hole 7 is a fun hole. I am glad that the sawgrass was cut back this year because that sawgrass on this hole is the scariest part of it. Yes, I know that makes it easier because the risk factor isn't there, but nobody wants to have to go look for their disc on almost perfect shots in 5-foot high sawgrass. That is basically torture. The 682-foot par 4 where you throw off of a cliff with a hyzer. Basically, you want to get as far left as you possibly can off of the tee. I mean, it is possible to go too far left, but that's very hard. And then you're throwing up to the green, which is elevated in like the mouth of a gap with a cliff behind it. It's a really cool hole. Hole 8 is the 311-foot par 3 that just plays along the top of a hill, and it slopes from left to right, and once you get past the basket, the slope to the right just gets even worse, so if you turn something over, you could be in trouble. Hole 9, 434-foot par 3, massive turnover off of one cliff onto a hill on the other side of the valley. OB was ridiculous on this hole. I don't agree with how the OB line went all the way to the basket this year. I had a birdie last year actually on this hole that would have been OB in instant 4 this year. Hole 10 is a spine hole. It's a 355-foot par 3, and it's a very hard hole. You have a low ceiling, a tunnel. The tee pad is probably, in my opinion, the worst one on the course. There's just not a lot of super flat ground right there, or super flat, a big enough area for a full tee pad right there where the tee is. Great hole, I love it. But it caused massive backups to the point where in the first round, some of the cards were finishing literally in the dark on hole 18 at this course, which is not what you want to be doing on this course. So for the second round, it actually got moved to being a 270-ish foot little putter shot. Hole 11, 522-foot downhill off of a cliff, par 3, finishes off to the right. I haven't watched any of the clips, honestly, since I went to this tournament. So they're still all on this camera that I'm filming this on right now. I'm about to move it to my computer when I'm done filming this. But I think I have some videos of that in the clips you will have already seen by this point, I think. Hole 12, not a par 4, but it's listed as a par 4. 798 feet. It is very hard. You have to throw, you have to hit a gap. So you got the tee right here. You got to hit a gap like here. Then you got to go up a cliff here. Then you got to go up and out. And once you're up, you're looking at a Mando on the left and tiny gaps on the right, and it's still like a 400+ foot shot to get to the pin. It is ridiculous. The biggest reason why I don't agree with this being a par 4. Let me hold up just 1 second. Let's open this in a new tab. Day 1, average of 5.17, and day 2 average, or that was day 2 actually, and day 1 5.21, 0 birdies on the weekend. That's not really par 4, especially when you consider that the very next weekend for Pro Weekend it was like 50 feet longer and a par 5. Hole, let me go back to myself here. Okay, hole 13, 518-foot par 4. It's very easy to get a birdie here. All you got to do is just throw it in the middle, throw it up and in, and get it in the basket for your birdie. 14, 301-foot par 3. It plays probably 350 to 360. It's uphill. OB down the right side, just some sawgrass around the green that you need to stay out of. Hole 15 is a pretty tough par 4. It's a really good par 4 though. 686. You have to throw, well, because of the way a tree has grown up in the right side gap. The right side gap isn't really, I mean, it's there, but it's not an ideal option anymore. So you have to throw like a distance driver turnover out of a, not out of a gap, but you have to throw a turnover around a tree before it gets into the rough on the left, and with OB on the right, all the way down in the form of a barbed wire fence. So then once you get, if you get to the perfect landing zone, it's still like a 300-foot either mid-range or forehand or something, for my game at least, and it's just a hard hole. Hole 16, probably the easiest hole on the course, 166 par 3, just a little uphill, you want to just throw it into the hill. That's all you need to do. Hole 17, 408 foot par 3. Another pretty tough hole. You have OB running the entire left side of the fairway, and if you get in that OB, you might not ever see your disc again because it is the top of a cliff. It doesn't drop off as severely as I always thought it did, because I actually went down there and just looked around during this weekend, but it's a fun hole. Hole 18, it's absolutely my dream 18. I love talking. I'm getting goosebumps talking about this hole right now. But it's probably about 300 feet to the bottom of the hill from the tee. Does not play 300 feet though, because you're throwing off of like a 100-foot high cliff. I throw a forehand on it, and you got mid-range backhands that work too. But you just got to be on the bottom of the valley, or you're out of bounds, and you probably won't find your disc. You could, but I don't like trying to look around up there because you're on basically a cliff side, and I don't want to lose my life, so I don't go crawling around up there trying to find discs. But you want to throw a forehand and just get out there into the fairway at the bottom of the cliff, inbounds. The further right you are, the closer you'll be to the basket, and there's a whole bunch of different options on angles you can attack the green from. I absolutely love, like I said, I love the design of this hole. A very hard par 4, but very rewarding par 4. So now that I've gone over the course, I'm going to break down what I did on each hole. I'm not going to do round 1, then round 2. I'm going to do hole 1 for both rounds, then hole 2 for both rounds. So here we go. Hole 1. I could not get off this tee. I hit a bush, like this big bushy tree. Both rounds on the left side, probably 80 feet up the fairway. And both rounds I actually had to pitch out. First round I saved my 4, second round I took a 5. Not good ways to start either round. Hole 2, round 1, I threw an absolutely perfect drive. I threw a kind of beat up but still pretty overstable FX2, and I had a straight 150 foot up shot to the pin. Blew it though. I could not throw worth crap in round 1. Round 2, I couldn't get off the tee at all, so I ended up taking a 6 on the hole because I was just scrambling a lot, and it never works on that hole. Hole 3, I had been going back and forth, like I mentioned, with the options to get up onto the hill with bad footing or the bottom of the hill with a harder shot. I had been going back and forth on this, and in the first round I decided, let's just try to get up the hill. I think I can throw a shot from bad footing. I did that. I threw a pretty good drive, but the footing just screwed me up, and I didn't get a birdie there. But round 2, I decided, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm laying up. I threw a bad layup. I was short of the fairway, and if you're short of this fairway, it's a very hard shot. But I took a FX2 and just ripped it, and because I was the first one to get to my lie in my whole group, we did not realize that the group in front of us was still putting. Turns out I was 10 feet out, so thanks to those guys for not getting in the way of that one. Hole 4, I threw bad drives in both rounds. I was in the left side rough both rounds. Round 1, I saved a par. Round 2, I did not. Hole 5, pretty easy par 3. I threw bad tee shots both rounds and got pars both rounds. Hole 6, I threw a terrible tee. Round 1, I could not get off the tee at all. I took a par and a birdie on that one. When you want to go birdie on the hole 7, I went par birdie. I forgot what I did in the first round, but in the second round, I actually, like I alluded to earlier, I did get too far left and was in sawgrass, but just a little bit, and I was able to do a lean out forehand with a D1, and I was absolutely parked. Hole 8, I also alluded to this earlier, where if you turn it over too far to the right, you could be screwed. I threw a bad drive, and then the save shot of a lifetime, it felt like, because the trees that I was behind don't let anything through, and I was able to just barely get a P-less turnover over the tops of them and almost threw it in for a 2, which would have been really cool. And then round 2, I don't remember what happened, but I took a 3 there. So at this point, in round 1, I was 1 over, and I had parred the last 7 holes. So I mean, I wasn't playing good, but I wasn't playing horrible. I was still giving myself opportunities. You want to score on the front, but there's also scoring opportunities on the back. Round 2, I started out with 2 bogeys, which is terrible, but and I also had another bogey on hole 4. But having 3 birdies, I was able to mostly balance it out, and I was back to 2 over, which, like I said, it's not the worst, but it's not good. It's pretty bad, actually. And then, let's see, especially considering where I was at after round 1 and what I needed to do. So I'll get onto that now. Hole 9, I threw terrible drives in both rounds, and round 1, I threw a bad second shot, which left me like 80 feet out for my par putt, missed that. Took a 4. Round 2, I threw a pretty good second shot. I was 15 feet out, straddling under a tree on a knee, and I airballed a 15-footer a foot to the right of the chains and was 50 feet down the hill. That really shook my confidence because of how much frustration I had built up from everything else that had been happening, and that's where basically all hope was lost for me. Not proud of that. I was not acting the way I needed to play better at all, and that's part of this mindset thing that I'm still trying to figure out. Hole 10, when it was the spine hole, or it was always the spine hole. What am I talking about? When it was in the normal position, I couldn't get off the tee, which is a trend for this weekend. Then just scrambling was hard, and I took a 5. Round 2, I had like a 30-foot putt for my 2 because of the shortened position, but I airballed that. I could not putt at that point. Hole 11, first round, I don't remember. I think, yeah, I was about 100 feet out to the left. I just turned the forehand over a little bit too much. Round 2, I was at 40 feet, and I was like, please make a putt, please make a putt, please make a putt. But I caged that one and took a 3 both rounds there. Hole 12, like I said, it's a par 5. Not even going to try to sugarcoat that. It's a par 5 in my opinion. I took a 4 round 1 and a 5 round 2. Wasn't happy with the bogey, especially considering it was because of a missed 20-footer. Because, like I said, I couldn't putt. So round 1 I couldn't throw, round 2 I couldn't putt. That's never a good combination at all. But perfect drive both rounds, which I was very happy about. I think it was the first round where I threw a roller, my second shot, that I really, really wish I could have seen work. It hit a tiny tuft of sawgrass. It's about that far. What am I talking about? I hit some sawgrass in a little patch in the middle of just random part of the fairway. It was that wide with a perfect looking roller on a shot that I knew was going places. So that was frustrating. Hole 13, like I said, easiest par 4 you can basically imagine. It's 518 feet. Just throw it in the middle of a 80-foot wide fairway and then throw it up into this little bowl that the basket is surrounded in. But by this point in both rounds, I was in frustration mode, and I was trying to eagle it with the same roller I had just tried to get to work on 12 in the first round, and I made the same mistake both times, and I took a par both rounds. Second round, I actually had a pretty great scramble opportunity or attempt that left me 15 feet and missed the putt. Then let's see. Hole 14, easy par 3, round 1, I don't remember exactly what happened, but round 2, I do remember I thought I shanked it and was way OB. Turns out, I actually took a provisional because I was just over it. Taking provisional smart things, so yes, but I was very frustrated and did not want to have to do any extra walking, and I took a provisional and ended up not having to use it, which was very nice. I took a 3 there both times. Hole 15, pretty tough par 4. Round 1, I don't remember exactly what happened. Round 2, I was in aggressive mode and I turned it over. OB, took a 5 both rounds. Not good. Hole 16, easy par 3. Didn't work. I couldn't get off the tee at all. Took 3s both rounds. Hole 17, there's a common trend about all these holes. I was in aggressive mode, and so I was throwing this pretty straight H3 or H3V2. And round 1, I turned it over a little too much and was in some bushes on the right side. Round 2, though, I put it to about 20 feet. This is a weird thing. I hate being in this mindset though. But I was 20 feet with zero confidence, and I felt nothing when I made the putt. Like, I was so mad I couldn't even contain, I couldn't control myself. I couldn't even be happy for myself to do something good at one point. Then hole 18, like I said, it's a tough par 4. I went 5-4 between the 2 rounds with neither drive being in bounds and neither putt being from inside circle 1. If that tells you anything about my tournament, it was good opportunity, close to perfect execution, but just sloppy. And I know I'm better than that. I can't wait to prove it. I have the Freedom Open this weekend in Valdosta. I went home last weekend for Easter and got to practice it, and awesome. I cannot wait one bit. We got some big names coming in with Dave Feldberg and Jamie Keep. It's going to be exciting to see them light up the course. Got some other great locals too, or former locals, just I guess like myself. Got a bunch of people ready to go and try to do good, but time to go do it. I feel like there was more stuff I was going to say here, but I think I'm going to just leave you with this. This clip is pretty long already. If you're still here, you're the real MVP. I don't expect anybody to be watching this. I do this for myself, just so I can look back and see how I felt about all these things that I've done and have gotten the opportunity to go play. So if you are watching, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with a Freedom Open vlog. All right, bye.